My amplified unit, top of the morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world, salute. BC just hit you guys with his Monday Night Raw review from 1/9/23, the night Kevin Owens spoke for us all by one movement, putting his face right into the top turnbuckle and staying there for the entirety of Boring Corbin's promo. Speaking for all of us when we say that this show puts us to sleep from top to bottom, start to finish, beginning to end. But you guys already know that because you already caught that video, that live review that I put up a couple hours ago. If not, go check it out. I know the tube is having some issues the last 24 hours. You might want to go to YouTube's social media. They'll explain their issues, but there's viewership issues, the view count for every video across the platform. And there's also notification issues. They're trying to work on it. So I'm hoping that most of you guys caught that live stream by now, even if it was post-live. And if not, here's your reminder. I put that out a few hours ago. It looks like you guys really enjoyed it. We're on our way to 500 on the ups. Real-time views has it headed toward 4,000 views already. Again, publicly, that's all skewed from the issue they're having, the bug that they're trying to fix. But that was just a couple hours ago. So why is BC going right back onto the channel with an impromptu bonus amplification video? Well, I'm glad you asked. A couple of big stories, actually. Number one, Vince McMahon and WWE narrowing it down. If they are going to sell this motherfucker, they're not wasting too much time on narrowing the list down. It looks like there's 3 main potential buyers and 3 that WWE is looking at as actual heavyweights that Vince may do business with. I truly think he wants to take the company private so he can gain the maximum amount of control. But with a sale to one of these 3 juggernauts, believe it or not, he could still maintain a shitload of power. I'll go over all of that coming up. And first, before I get to those 3 main players, after the whole list, I'm sure you guys have been seeing a whole list of potential buyers. Again, who are the 3 big heavyweights that are currently in the running? Vegas even has these 3 as the heavy hitters that have a chance. I'm going to go over all 3. We're going to break down exactly what to expect if any one of those were able to buy WWE, if Vince actually signed off on it. That's going to come in a couple of minutes. I first want to touch up on Mandy Rose. Today, she broke her silence. Of course, within the last couple of months, Mandy Rose drops her championship to Roxanne Perez. Of course, BC and so many of you will always know her as Roxy. She gets the championship, and within hours afterwards, Mandy Rose is released from the company. We know from Fan Time, I believe it is her third-party site, that she was putting up risky content, not just nudes, not just risky photos, but videos as well. And WWE was asking her, hey, can you limit that? Can you take some of the stuff down? And we heard that she just didn't want to do that. There was so much mystery surrounding this situation. The amount of time that WWE put into Mandy Rose, the amount of work that Mandy Rose put into WWE, and to see it all, snap of a finger, just end one night because of risky content on a third-party site, it didn't seem right? It looked like can WWE work with her a little more? Was this the final outcome that we had to come to? Did we have to release her? Did Mandy Rose have to have this third-party site more than she had to have WWE to the point where she didn't want to take anything down? Well, the latest word we're getting is she got over $1 million. Not from Mandy's agent, by the way, who originally said that last month, and we all kind of said, nah, come on, man. And what kind of agent wants to tell the world what their talent is making? You know, that sounds like a shitty agent. But this was actually the third-party site that confirmed that she made over $1 million just from putting up risky content. So there was so much mystery just revolving this whole story, and BC couldn't wait till somebody speaks up a little bit more about it. Shawn Michaels from the NXT brand would have to say something because I think he knew the most about it. Or Mandy Rose was going to have to speak out. And Mandy Rose today finally opened up. She was on the Tamron Hall show earlier today. And this was a quote from Mandy Rose, guys. This is exactly what Mandy Rose was feeling at the time and how she feels today. So this is a quote from Mandy Rose. "Everything happens for a reason, and I can't say I was wronged. because I am so forever grateful for everything that WWE has presented me with. So I can't sit here and say that I was wronged. I'm hurt 100%. I am very hurt. No one wants to get that call that you're being fired from any job. So I was very hurt. I was very disappointed. I was disappointed so much more because of everything that I put into the business. But just the last year and a half, I was champion for 413 days. I unified those two titles. I was the third longest reigning NXT Women's Champion. I also created a must-see faction with two other women that I also brought up, and I got to see so many women develop their characters. They're all younger than me and really in the beginning of their careers. So to me, that was important because it was really so rewarding for me. Rose says, and I quote, "Losing the title was obviously a gut punch. I was so disappointed. But at the end of the day, my purpose was gone. And that's where I felt lost and confused because of all the hard work that I put into it. Driving home from that, there's a lot of things going through my mind. But at the end of the day, like I said, I love what I've done in WWE, and I love the platform it presented me with. So I am forever grateful to them." Now, Rose did say that WWE did not inform her that it was her fan-time third-party account that was the official reason for her firing, but that there was a previous warning to take down some content from the page, and that she obeyed. So WWE told her take certain stuff down. Mandy is saying, I did that. But maybe she kept violating it to the point where WWE had to keep asking the same thing. Almost like a child that keeps, not calling Mandy a child, but I mean, it's the equivalent to like a kid who keeps kind of disobeying the parents. And then they correct it when the parents say, don't do that and do this to correct it. And then they correct it. And then like the next month you find out they did it again. And the parents are reprimanding the kid and the kid corrects it. But it's not the last time. It's almost like one of those deals. She did say that there was warnings, but she obeyed. She also said that if she was to return to WWE, there would have to be a conversation for her to take down the page. So she is doubling down yet again that she will not return just on a, hey, you can return, but you have to take the page down. She's not going to buy into that. There has to be a conversation. So this is, at least she's being honest. This is telling us that I think she's stretching it a little bit. I think there was many conversations about it. It sounds like this has been an issue. She knew it was. She played the game, figuratively and literally, and WWE called her bluff and fired her. No matter what you guys feel about it, if you think it's totally wrong because WWE has been exploiting their females for decades, or if you think this was in the realm of correct because you can only go so far across the line out of bounds, right? You can post risky content, but once you start getting into videos and once you start simulating sexual activities and stuff with her boyfriend or her fiance, whoever it is, husband maybe. But once you start doing that type of content, then you're getting into soft porn, and then you got to start thinking, okay, this company does have advertisers, does have sponsors. Can't really put her in the Eggo commercial. Can't put her in the fucking Frosted Mini Wheats commercial, right? You can't put her in the new fucking Comcast commercial if you're going to have, somebody come out and go, hey, isn't that the girl from the fan time porn site? You know what I mean? I understand that about sponsorship and all that. So it gets to a point where, okay, you can post your pictures and your nudes, but can you not cross this line and be taking showers with your significant other and acting like you're simulating sex? Like, can you stop that maybe? And if she doesn't want to do that, then yeah, that's an issue, guys. I can absolutely see why WWE, even though they have exploited females especially over decades, you're publicly traded now. You have so many sponsors. You're trying to get the biggest money deals in 2023. And I could see if the company says, yo, can you please just not do that? And if she doesn't want to do that, then we have an issue. But she says that there would have to be a conversation if WWE wants her to take the page down to return to WWE. So she is not saying she'll do it. In fact, she's making so much fucking money. Again, she said in this interview with Tamron Hall that she is making more money from her subscription page than WWE was paying her. And Fantime has announced that she has crossed $1 million on the platform in the month of December alone, which happens to be post firing from WWE. So that's interesting. That's the Mandy Rose side of things, guys. That is the latest on Mandy Rose. She has broke her silence. That's huge. It sounds like her words, she's lost and confused, or at least on the drive home after being fired, she was lost, confused, she's hurt, she's devastated, and she's disappointed was a word she used a lot as well. So she's really, she said her words was it was a gut punch when she lost that title and found out she was fired. So it doesn't sound like this is something that she truly wanted. A lot of people thought, oh, she just wanted to get away from wrestling. She's happy with her fan time and she doesn't care about getting fired. Sounds like somebody who absolutely does. So we'll see, man. It's too much work went into Mandy Rose and WWE. Too much work for her. Too much work for the company to put into her and creating her the way they did. To see this end like this is wrong. I hope everybody can be a fucking adult in this situation, come together and work out a solution where everybody's happy and all this hard work that Mandy put in and all the hard work that WWE put in, because WWE just does not create stars, guys. They don't want anybody becoming larger than the company, and I don't think this helped because they finally put all of their stock into this female, Mandy Rose, and she delivered beautifully. And then all of a sudden she goes and does this third party thing and says, I don't want to take it down. And WWE's like, fuck, see, we put everything in, you know what I mean? And this is what we get. So does WWE even want to go down this road and process with Mandy? There's so many, even after she breaks her silence and we get some questions answered, we still have so many for the future. Moving on, guys. WWE has three big hitters in the top spots for buying World Wrestling Entertainment. I still would not be shocked if Vince goes private with it with private investors like Nick Khan, The Rock, and maybe even Comcast, but it's Vince who takes it private. He's the sole owner still. I wouldn't be shocked if Vince takes the three big hitters that I'm about to name and says, thanks, we've considered it, but no thank you. And Vince buys out the outstanding shares. Vince buys out the stock shareholders, and that'll take about $6 to $9 billion up front, by the way, but he'll have his lenders help him out with that. But I think it would take $6 to $9 billion, and then he takes it private and he reaps the rewards and benefits. He liquidates on his own terms. He has nobody to answer to but himself. And life is just peachy for somebody with the ego, the narcissistic trajectory and stubbornness that Vincent Kennedy McMahon has. So I still think there's a definite possibility he goes straight private, and that might be the best situation for fans, because then you can just start doing some riskier content. You can start doing a little bit, get a little bit more edgy. In the right way, you know, get literally raw on your Raw show. A show that we just saw last night is literally putting even their own talent to sleep. For the longest time, it was only the fans. Now you got talent like Kevin Owens taking naps during promos. I don't blame him. Raw needs to be more raw. The show, the company, the industry needs a bit more edginess to it, a bit more rawness, and this is, taking it private would be the way. But if he's going to sell, these are the three big hitters, guys. You ready for this? It is in the top spot, Comcast. Comcast, NBC, Universal is in that top spot. We're going to break that down in a minute. Disney is in the second spot right now. Disney, even though they acquired the Fox deal that's going to cost them billions they've still not paid that outstanding debt. But Disney wants a piece of this. That would make sense with the acquisition that Fox does with WWE SmackDown and the relationship obviously now between the Disney and the Fox merging. Disney has that outstanding debt, but if you can bring WWE into the fold, man, you are really creating a monopoly here, and they jumped over 2 spots to take that number 2 spot. The third big entity that is in the running to file out this 3 big league dominating performance and leapfrogging everybody else to make the top 3 to buy WWE is Amazon. Amazon, even though it's a streaming service, they want to make a play on live action, live sporting events. You saw that with Monday Night Football or the football package. They really wanted to go for Monday Night Football. ESPN is not dropping that package. But with Thursday Night Football, and you saw how they acquired Al Michaels, the voice of Sunday Night Football, they really are going all in on this NFL package. And if they can get WWE, their chest is going to be bumped out a lot more going forward, man. Amazon rounds out as the big player that they are, and the dominant 3, I call them. Now, if you want to break this down, let's do such. Because if you're Comcast, for instance, right? Or do you want to start from 3 and go up? Let's start from 3 and go up. Let's go to Amazon, the 3rd biggest player, right? The least likely out of the 3, but easily any day, any moment, we can get word that they actually, Vince finalized sealed the deal with Amazon. And if that's the case, you look at what Amazon gains from this. Forget monetary up front. They would want to pump up their Prime, right? Everything Amazon does is for Prime. So Amazon would acquire WWE. The bad side is WWE would be the secondary afterthought. Everything they do would be for Prime. So in other words, on the ring apron, you know, the whole apron all the way around, maybe the LED boards on the barricade, it would all be Amazon Prime is what it would say. And man, that does not sound appetizing to a pro wrestling fan for over 3 decades like BC, to be Amazon primed out of our dome piece. Amazon Prime presents WrestleMania, and Amazon Prime is on everything. And you could just see, you know what they would do with their wrestlers, right? I mean, they would take the it couple of WWE. They would take Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins, right? Becky Lynch, you can already see her rebranding, her repackage, right? She would, Amazon would turn her into Becky, the delivery man Lynch. Becky Lynch's new attire, right? She comes to the ring in her van, her Amazon Prime van. Becky, the delivery man Lynch. Everyone gets scared when the delivery man comes around. Seth Rollins would be the same fucking gimmick just for the dudes, right? It would be, Seth, I have so many freaking packages to deliver Rollins. Seth Rollins' new Amazon Prime gimmick, man. Seth, I have so many freaking packages to deliver Rollins. That's what Amazon would ask him to go by. That's a long name. I don't know if that's going to stick. Hopefully he gets to keep his song. And as he rides to the ring in his Amazon Prime van, hopefully that'll be pumping on some fucking bass speakers in the van, right? His song. Oh. I can see, Kevin Patrick, Michael Cole, they're all fucking screaming, Here comes, I have so many freaking packages to deliver Rollins. We joke, we have a laugh, but that's the truth, guys. They're going to be all in it to pump down Amazon Prime down your fucking thrizzle. That's just what Amazon does. You can say it's smart marketing. It's a good ploy, BC. You can say whatever you want, but we saw when they acquired Whole Foods just became an Amazon Prime fucking the Grand Central Station. I mean, it was a whole nother company after that, and they really pumped Amazon Prime. The Prime lockers were in there. Prime, the Prime card, Prime rewards took over. And you just know that WWE would turn into something we don't even recognize. Now, with the second place, the second biggest player in the top 3 dominating entities that could take WWE by storm, Disney. Now, again, Disney acquired the Fox. They're still trying to pay the multi-billion-dollar deal that they're in debt to. But this does actually make sense. I told you guys, I made a video where when Iger took over for Bob Paycheck, we call him Bob Chapek. Everyone calls him Bob Paycheck. He was all about the bottom dollar. When Iger took over, I told you guys there's a big acquisition. He has a relationship with Nick Khan. We already know that Disney has the relationship with WWE, and through Fox, it's another whole vehicle. I told you guys this could have mass implications now that Iger is back and he likes to do these huge transactions. This could be big for a possible sale of WWE. I told you guys that. And here we are, as they have just leapfrogged everybody else into the number 2 spot. Now, Disney likes to market their shit as well. For them, obviously, it would be their Disney Plus service, right? Their theme park is trying to shove Disney Plus down everybody's throat, and Disney Plus doesn't really give too much back to the theme park. So Disney makes all of their money basically from the theme park. They put all of that money into Disney Plus, into advertising and trying to get people to watch Disney Plus. The problem is nobody is. So they're making all of this money from the theme park. They're losing it at Disney Plus. And I think it's an ass backwards dynamic that they have going on. And they still have this debt to Fox. Somehow, everybody does have this. Reputable sources have them at the number 2 spot because a WWE acquisition they truly feel will bring them in that extra revenue. But what are you going to have? WWE on Disney Plus? And then how does Disney know how to put on wrestling shows? Do they know how to run a pro wrestling company? Or are you going to see, as much as we laugh, are you going to see Cinderella debut when she comes back, right? You're going to get Cinderella. That's right, a product sheerly of Disney Plus. Are you going to see Mulana, right? Yeah, can we bring Lana back but with a Disney twist? I don't see why not. We own it now. We can Disney Plus the shit out of Lana. Mulana sounds good. Hey, I heard there's a wrestler called Mustafa Ali. Well, we have a Lion King franchise. Can we bring Mustafa Ali back as Mustafa Ali? Mustafa, remember who you are. Because Disney will absolutely, just like Amazon, they will pump their brand down your throat until it gets so fucking, you get so nauseous, you need to regurgitate that shit. You know, as much as we laugh, you would see... I don't want to say it, man. I don't want to say this, but you just know that they're going to rebrand Brock Lesnar. They're going to hear that his nickname is the Beast, and they're going to go, well, shit, we have a Beast. And they're going to bring him in for a wardrobe fitting and a photo shoot. And at WrestleMania, you're going to see fucking Brock, the Beauty and the Beast, Lesnar show up. With his big fucking furry feet and his big fucking shoulder pads. His big blue fucking royal jacket. His lion fur coming out of his head. And you're going to get the Beauty and the Beast, Brock Lesnar. You know it's coming if Disney gets it. We laugh. We might be exaggerating a little bit. But you got to believe Disney's going to tweak some shit. Make their characters a little bit more Disney-esque. You just know that shit is coming. And I wish that I could even tell you guys that the number 1 spot, Comcast, NBC Universal, I wish I could say they're going to be drastically different, but I see kind of the same thing. I see what they're doing now. Their big thing with their Peacock streaming service is to try to get everybody to watch old shows, binge them, right? The more time you're spending on them, you're binging on them. One leads to another, and before you know it, you got a subscription month to month. So even though you think like they don't have like an Amazon Prime or a Disney Plus to really pump down your throat, they do. They're really trying to get you into the Peacock streaming service, and they're really doing that with older shows. And now NBC Comcast makes the most sense, and that's why they're in the top spot, right? USA Network is part of NBC Universal, which is Comcast. Well, we know that Vince McMahon has had a relationship with the USA Network from day one with Monday Night Raw. And you got to believe also that with Peacock and WWE Network on Peacock, WWE Network is basically Peacock now. Well, they're paying him $500 million plus on this deal. If you're going to do that every time you renew your deal from $500 to $700 million, why would you not just buy the fucker for $6 to $7 billion? Right? It makes sense. If we're going to pay this every fucking time and we're going to renew, why not just rip the Band-Aid off and buy this shit? So that's absolutely what Comcast could do. There's the relationship is just there already with Vince, and that's what makes them the top spot. But don't think for 1 second that you wouldn't get Peacock shoved down your throat, because you will. WWE will be used as a vehicle to shove down the older shows that they're trying to do. Right? For instance, you have Saved by the Bell, right? Let's just use that. Right? That's an old show that they're really trying to get to you to fucking, hey, go watch old Saved by the Bell, right? You guys remember Saved by the Bell? Zach Morris, AC Slater, Jesse Spano, Kelly Kapowski. Well, say you got Zack Ryder coming back, right? Chelsea Green, we're hearing, is already signed. They're just waiting to see how to use her. They don't even know how to use Candice LeRae or Mia Yim or Sarah Logan. They don't know how to use any of these females that they brought back. So Chelsea Green can't even get a re-debut. But say that Zack Ryder, her man, comes back, right? Well, you know, this is where Peacock steps up. Comcast is going to go, well, shit, his name is Zach? No, I don't want to hear Matt Cardona. His name is Zach, isn't it? Well, we have a Zach that we're trying to promote right now for Peacock. Can we change, can we tweak his, can we repackage his character to Zack Ryder Morris? And before you know it, Zack Ryder's coming down to the fucking ring with his big fucking 1990s cell phone and his Zach Morris attire. We laugh, but you could be seeing Zack Ryder Morris, bro. And we laugh too, because it doesn't stop with singles. You know, they could literally hear that factions work in pro wrestling, and they want to pump down shows like Grey's Anatomy, we're hearing, right? That's an ABC show, by the way. ABC is Disney, for those that don't know. But there's a relationship with Grey leaving now, the person that plays Meredith Grey, and they're going to be in their final season. There is now a deal on the table, it's being discussed, where NBC Peacock streaming will get the rights to Grey's Anatomy somehow, and Sandra Land or Shania Land, whoever was the creator, her work might be going over to Peacock. Anyway, that's behind the scenes. Well, fuck, if that happens and an ABC show like Grey's Anatomy goes to NBC Peacock, that's massive. They're going to want to promote the fuck out of that. So Grey's Anatomy, you'll be seeing a version of that in WWE. Grey's Anatomy will now be called Bay's Anatomy, right? Lead role played by fucking Bailey. Bailey has her own faction now, right? And you got Bobby Lashley as part of her fucking faction. You got Bianca Belair as part, right? And their gimmick is these fucking these doctors, right? They come down to the fucking ring as doctors, right? Not Isaac Yankem DDS. But this is fucking Bay's Anatomy, because they really want to promote Grey's Anatomy, man. It's on NBC now. It's no longer on ABC. We're streaming it on our streaming service. Look, Bay's Anatomy. Get it? Go watch Grey's after Raw. Go watch Grey's after SmackDown. We had a little bit of fun in this video. We definitely did. But I am being serious, right? I am being very, very serious, guys, when I say that no matter who buys, I truly feel like they're going to treat the company in pro wrestling as second fiddle. I truly think that whoever buys, their main agenda is going to take what they already own and their assets and their IPs and what they already are about. They're going to push that down our throats, and they're going to use pro wrestling as a vehicle. That's what I truly believe. So I know we went about it in a fun way in this video, but that is, guys, gear up for that. If there is a sale, I just hope that WWE just doesn't become a total farce and total embarrassment, if it's not already, and just looked at as the younger fucking stepchild, just go over there to talk when spoken to. You can be seen but not heard. Just shut up, go play in the corner while we grown adults over here, Disney Plus, are speaking at the grown-up table. Comcast is trying to speak. WWE, go play in the corner. Amazon is now at the head of the table. Can you just go to the kiddie table, please, WWE? I hope that's really not the case, guys. And hopefully you guys were entertained by the video, man. I mean, we have a little bit of fun, but hopefully they don't tweak the characters that much. I could have been more ruthless, by the way. What do I mean? Well, I'll end the video like this. If it's Amazon, they could easily have their newest character be Optimus Prime. That's right. They're trying to shove Amazon Prime down your throat. You could see Optimus. Get it? Optimus. Optimus Prime. I crack myself up, bro. Optimus Prime. I could have been more ruthless in this video, guys. That's my point. I let a lot of these wrestlers off the hook. Damn it. I'm sure whoever buys it, all these wrestlers are going to be cringing, man, especially if it's Disney. Lana's like, I don't want to come back as Mulana. Guys, BC Amplified, go catch the Raw review if you haven't caught it yet. And I thank you so much for all the love and support on today's vids. The live stream earlier, the fucking half an hour plus I just gave you guys with Mandy Rose and the 3 biggest potential buyers for WWE. Hopefully you guys had a lot of fun with the content, and we'll do it a lot more coming up this week alone. Until then, stay subscribed, notified. If you're not a gold unit member, we only got 2 or 3 left. I don't know what it is now, but we're about to hit 100 members within 1 week. You guys fucking rock. Top guy, I'm out. BC saying check you.